Hello everybody and welcome to season 6 of 9 in 9. Welcome to Sunderland. We are now in charge of the Black Cats. We have had a very busy summer to go through and we will do that shortly. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this content, to please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to click that notification bell to know when a new video goes up on the channel. And also don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. Before we dive into the transfers, let's have a look at Sunderland itself. So those who were with me last year will remember that Sunderland were relegated from the Championship last season whilst we were going for promotion with Sheffield United. So we've dropped down a division. We've only got a 1-year contract with the Black Cats as well. It's the first time I've managed to do that and I'm very happy about it. We'll take a look at the media prediction shortly. Obviously you can see it's first place, but we'll take a look at it in more depth a little bit later. So they've had a very up and down life. They spent a lot of time in League One, promoted back to the Championship a couple of seasons ago, stayed comfortably in the Championship, but again they were relegated back to the 3rd tier. Hopefully we're going to bounce back at the first time of asking, because that is what the board want us to do. They want to go up by winning the title. Don't want much, do they? 4th round of the FA Cup, 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. Not important, the EFL trophy. It would be lovely to win a proper trophy rather than just gaining promotion. So we'll see how we go with that. It depends on how things are going at the time. As I say, we've had a very busy summer. Let's have a look at the outgoings first of all. Oh, I've missed the infamous transfer blocker. So that tells you who's come in. It's a lot of players. And we'll take a look at those shortly. But big players that have left the football club. Luka Milivojevic has gone to Braga. Alexis Ortega has joined Everton, but he's been loaned back to us for the season. £7.75 million. Nothing I could really turn down because we needed the money to invest in the squad. And Jethro Williams has joined Braga for £1.5 million. I've counted up so far. Obviously, we're nearly at the start of the season. 16 new players into the squad. Let's take a look at them. And the first acquisition was Brad Potts from Millwall for £1 million. A midfield player that can play absolutely anywhere in that area. We are toying with 5-3-2. Not sure whether to play that or 4-2-3-1. We've been playing pre-season with 5-3-2. But obviously, Brad can fit into that. Can play on the right-hand side of midfield. Can play centrally. And can play behind the striker as well. He is the perfect addition to this squad. Obviously a Championship player. And hopefully he can guide us to promotion back there. Moving on to one of many free transfers. And Brad Young was one of those. Coming in from Watford. Has the potential to be a 3.5-star player. I thought we'd take a punt on him, to be honest. Might loan him out for the season. We have kind of evolved since the early days of the transfer window. So we'll see what happens with him come the end of August. Another player from Watford is Matty Pollock, another free transfer, another player with a potential to be a 3.5-star player, currently at 2.5. Obviously, with us playing a back three, we do need a lot of centre-backs to interchange if players get tired or injuries hit us. So yeah, he's a backup player. There are players in front of him. We'll take a look at those shortly. First big transfer of the summer, though, was Brennan Johnson. He joined us from Middlesbrough. That will not go down well with the Sunderland faithful, but I'm hoping he can replicate the form he showed at Nottingham Forest. I'm surprised Middlesbrough allowed him to leave. Obviously, he's dropped down a league as well, down into League One. He should set it on fire. That's what I'm hoping for. So here is Alexis Ortega. He has joined Everton, but has been loaned back for the season. A new gen, regen, however you call it, finishing 17, only pace of 10. Obviously, he will improve. He's 18, has the potential to be a 5-star player. Fingers crossed, he can do the job. Another one from the director of football was Roshan Williams. He seems to be following me around. We had him at Coventry very early on in this series. We are now back with him at Sunderland at 27 years of age. A player that knows League One. And he's delighted to play with me again. So I'm happy with that. One of my big ones to bring in was Louis Sibley. He was released by Swansea City and we picked him up. We have had to give him £18,250 a week to make it happen. But he is a player that I have coveted for some time. Never quite got to the area where I can bring him in and he'll do a job. Potential to be a 4-star player. Only 24 years of age. He seems to have been around for an eternity. Hopefully, he can do the job. Another free transfer, this time from Dynamo Kiev. Cristiano Bagheera. I hope I've said that right. Probably haven't. 33-year-old Italian international. Obviously on the way down in his career, but his experience will be invaluable to a side looking to get out of League One. Fingers crossed he can do a job as well. Player in on loan from Everton, and that is Ethan Laird. We needed a bit of options down the left and the right-hand side. He fits this bill perfectly. Another one from the director of football. He has been very busy this summer, and we'll see what Ethan can do on loan for the season. Another loan deal, one of my ones, this one, Brian Frabremia. Now, I've seen him around very much. Obviously, he was with Sunderland a couple of seasons ago, and I decided, you know what, we're going to bring him back again. He seemed like he had a good time here first time around. Obviously, back in League One, kind of the level that you think he's probably going to be at, although he does have the potential to be a 4-star player. I'm hoping he's going to set League One on fire as well. Another option at right wing back, and that is Kane Wilson. He has joined us from Reading for a fee rising to £110,000. 2.5-star player, bit of competition, pace is the big thing for him. 15 on the pace scale. Could be better in the crossing department. Obviously, you know, with a wing-back system, that crosses are important into the box. Hopefully, he can do the job. Another one we took a punt on was Max Thompson. He was out in Germany with Stuttgart, so I've brought him back to English football. Again, another pacey winger, can play right across the front 3 sections of the park, which is perfect for me. I love a bit of interchange, and hopefully Max can do the job. Another one from the director of football, and very much one for the future in Matt Parks. 20-year-old regen, 4.5-star potential. Might well get loaned out for this season. We will see what happens. I don't really know what to do with him at this point, but he was a player that the director of football wanted, and obviously he is in charge. One of my other signings was Felix Nemecher. Now, we stole him from under the noses of somebody else, which is always fun to do, right? He was at Stoke City, has been in Germany with Paderborn and Kaiserslautern. So, will he hit the ground running in English football? Again, he's another winger. We've got lots of options in the wing departments. Obviously, there's a few players that we still need to get rid of. We'll take a look at the squad as a whole once we've gone through the transfers. They get 25-year-old, obviously former Man City player. They don't keep players around for nothing. Another loan signing, central midfield, is Marcel Lewis. Now, we're not paying anything to Brentford, so thank you to them for that. 3.5-star potential, 2.5-star currently. Again, can play in lots of different positions. I just thought, let's take a punt on him. He was recommended by one of the scouts. Hopefully the scouting system has worked. A player that had been on trial with us is Jack Rose, backup goalkeeper. We did need a third choice goalkeeper. We may well be losing the second choice one, but we'll see what happens with him. 31 years of age, 2-star player. He's probably not going to play many games, but he's there if we need him. And last, but by no means least for now, at least, is Ryan Hardy. He has joined us from Plymouth Argyle. 2.5-star player, but can play the advanced forward position, which is what I love. Finishing at 13, pace of 14. We needed a player that had played at this level, and he has done that quite a lot with Plymouth down the years. 29 years of age. Hopefully, and there's a bit of doubt about it, that he's not going to bang in the goals, but fingers crossed he can do the job. So here is the squad as a whole. It is a very big squad, obviously, with 16 players coming into it. There are a few that need to go out. Ben Osborne, not registered at the moment. Jacob Murphy, not registered at the moment. Elliot Embleton, not registered at the moment. We're still thinking about those sort of things. So Brad Young will go out on loan, as I mentioned earlier. Connor Chaplin is on trial, but I don't think that's going to work out. Obviously, with Ryan Hardy coming in, that's kind of that position filled. We're still looking for someone who can just play as a central striker, but I think our chase is going to be forlorn because we've been on it all summer long. And there is lots of options in this team. Let's take a look at the depth of it. So we've got 3 goalkeepers. We've got plenty of centre halves available to us. Wing-backs was where we were really struggling, so that's why Laird and Wilson have come in. Obviously, McCarthy can play out there as well. Left-hand side, we've done a lot of work out there as well, with Brigani coming in and Ethan Laird. Midfield, lots of options in centre midfield as well. Matt Grimes has been here quite a while. Dan Neil, Lou Sibley, who we bought in, Elliot Embleton. There's a young player coming through called Russell Henry, who you can see at the bottom there at 2.5 stars. In the wide areas, we've got lots of options there as well, hence why people like Jacob Murphy, who are getting on in their career, we're kind of umming and ahhing what to do with them. But the real problem, as you can see, is up front. Brendan Johnson is our best striker. I mean, obviously, I want to play him out wide if I can, because, you know, he did such a good job with Nottingham Forest when we were there. That's kind of what I want him to do. So yeah, lots of options. Really looking forward to seeing how it all develops. So taking a look at Sky Bet League One, we are the favourites at 1-4. Huddersfield, second favourites at 6-4. Reading are up there as well, as are Portsmouth. Obviously, League One is a notorious division for getting out of because it's very, very deep in quality. You've only got to look down to Peterborough at 20-1, Birmingham at 25-1, Lincoln at 33-1, MK Dons at 16-1, Plymouth at 18-1, Rotherham at 12-1. There is a lot of big sides in this division who will be looking to go up to the Championship. There's a lot of former Championship clubs in here as well. So you've got the likes of Forest Green who have come up from League 2, Mansfield have come up, Tranmere have come up, Grimsby have come up, Bradford City have come up. Again, these are all sides that have been here before. Morecambe, obviously the outliers at the bottom, 250-1. That wouldn't be a bad punt, I think. You know, they're perennial strugglers, but I think they may well have a shot. Who knows? It's a very difficult league to predict. Let's see what we've got league fixture-wise. And you haven't got to wait long for your first fix of League One action this season. We start it at home to Leyton Orient, when hopefully we'll lay down a marker for the season ahead. But it has been a very busy summer. Lots of players into the football club. Still some more to come out as we try to thin it out a little bit more and get it down to a reasonable number. 31 is far too many to have at this point in time. We may well yet bring in 1 or 2 more. Obviously, I mentioned we're still looking for a striker. I think Ryan Hardy might well be the man to lead the attack for us. Obviously, we had a month to assess it. If we have to have a dash at the end of the transfer window, so be it. So here we are with Sunderland Club, number 6. Can we guide them back to the Championship at the first attempt? Fingers crossed. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, to please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got anything to say. And I will see you for Leyton Orient next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.